Hello and welcome to Wingin It. So we are here once again. We have another knockout game match from the Indian Skimmer Skirmish. Having finished off our previous round match against Grackle and Oatbrand 2-0, we are through into the quarterfinals. So we're getting very much towards the business end of this tournament. And yeah, we have another very formidable opponent here in Ballet Mage. So of course, again, best of 3 series. So we are going to be looking to get off to a strong start here because the winner is going to go through to the semi-finals. So very, very exciting indeed. Now we've done the flip. I called tails, and very luckily it did come up tails. So we're going to get this one sent out. We are going to go first. We're going to wish good luck to our opponents, and we're going to get stuck in here with this starting hand. So what have we got? We've got a pretty good start, I think, there. All things considered, we've got the black turn, good wetland birds, get some card draw early on. We've got the Cooper's Hawk, a good forest bird, get some good food access, and hopefully some points as well from that hunting power. And even this Grasshopper Sparrow, that could be one to look at. Does help, maybe with these first 2 end of round goals as well. Getting this kind of bird early to get some extra eggs, it can definitely be helpful. So we will take a quick look at the bonus cards. Well, we will adjust. That's probably going to be a no-brainer. Platform Builder could be an option with the Cooper's Hawk, with a black turn. Definitely, yeah, when you get halfway to that lower bound at least, it's very tempting. But the Zoologist, I mean, you look at these end of round goals, at least 2 of them egg related. So specifically, if we do go for this Grasshopper Sparrow as well, we are going to want to be laying some eggs. So we'll take a look at the bird feeder situation, not looking too shabby at all. So I'm kind of thinking we can keep these 3 birds and a fish and a rodent. We can play this Cooper's Hawk. We can grab our food, and then we've got exactly what we want to play these other 2 birds. Start laying some eggs, start drawing some cards. And yeah, we're going to look really good, I think, for this first end of round goal. But as well, already having 1 column for the next one in a good position. And yeah, I think as well, we go for this. We are going to have some pretty good access to resources, I think. The extra eggs from the sparrow, that's going to be really nice. Of course, the black turn. With that power, draw 1 and then discard 1. We're just cycling through that deck a little bit quicker. And yeah, using these eggs from the sparrow, we're effectively seeing extra cards as well. Because once we've got the first wetland bird down, we can start discarding and getting extra cards. And if there's a good cards, great. We'll get food and we'll play them. If they're not, well, we're just going to discard them in the forest. So yeah, very simple start, I think, here. 3 base game birds. Not super interesting, but you know what? I would take a boring start any day of the week because some of those more interesting and more nuanced starts, they can be very, very tricky, I think, to work with. It's not always obvious sometimes what birds to keep, and there's multiple options, and which sequence do I follow? And to be fair, there are some interesting decisions here on how to sequence this all. You could say draw cards first and then play the hawk and get some food because then you're discarding. But I definitely want to be, getting this Grasshopper Sparrow down, laying some eggs, get the extra eggs, and use those to just start digging because seeing cards is so important in this game. I say it all the time, card draw is king. And yeah, that applies in every single game. So our opponent, pretty standard start as well. 2 birds, 3 food. So we're going to get the hawk down straight away, right off the bat. And as I say, plenty of food there. 3 options for the right food that we need for this Grasshopper Sparrow. So doesn't even matter, in these kind of situations you think, maybe they might play Northern Flicker or something, and just sort of get rid of the food that I want that's there in the bird feeder. But yeah, I think that's not going to be a problem here. We should be able to grab what we want there, no problem at all. So Chipping Sparrow, very, very strong forest bird there, definitely intimidating to see that kind of bird come up, but we're going to go for food. Anyway, Cooper's Hawk, trying to eat a fellow hawk is not a good start, so definitely a bit of a shame. But not the end of the world. It's still early. Plenty more times for that Cooper's Hawk, I would expect to get some successes. So yeah, they have kept a fish. Normally that's a sign of having a wetland bird. It can sometimes be a sign of having a killdeer, or not a killdeer, a Franklin's gull or a white stork. So I'm kind of hoping we're not going to see one of those. I would think maybe if we were going to see one of those. Well, they got another fish. Okay. Might have expected them to pick up the red-shouldered hawk, for example, that's in the tray. But yeah, I think... What's it going to be? I'm trying to remember which bird it is. Is it the storm petrel? I know there's a couple that have 2 fish cost. Like 2 fish and a worm or something like that. Or maybe the dipper or the diver. I think one of those is 2 fish. So we'll see. I'm going to keep guessing, but it's not going to matter because they're going to play it, I would imagine, this turn. So it is the Great Crested Grebe. So yeah, this is a really good early game wetland bird for them. Draw 1 for each empty card slot, and early game, plenty of empty card slots. So they're going to see a lot of cards, and I'm going to say it again, card draw is king. Card draw is king. So they are definitely going to be seeing it more than me, but Star Nest as well. So we're kind of matched in that respect between the Black Tern and the Grebe for some Star Nest space for these round goals. But Grasshopper Sparrow, I'm hoping that can help us out a little bit here, just with getting a little bit of an edge on this end of round goal. So they're going to draw cards. I would guess if I'm them, I'm taking that Northern Goshawk. They're going to see lots of cards. It's a cheap and easy way of getting a second forest bird down. You don't have to pay any food costs. You just use tuck cards from your hand. So I would definitely be grabbing that if I was them. But equally, they leave it. I'm taking it because the same rule applies to me. This Black Tern is not gaining extra cards, so it's only cycling through. But with the extra eggs from the Grasshopper Sparrow, I think I can afford. I think I can afford to use some of those extra cards, or use the extra eggs to get cards, and then use those cards effectively as food here for this Northern Goshawk. And obviously, tuck cards, they count as points. They count as points at the end of the game. So that is definitely going to be nice, but yeah, they're going to be digging, I would assume. So there we go, they have drawn cards. But interestingly, they didn't get rid of an egg. And they didn't take the Goshawk. So I'm just going to lay eggs because that was what my plan was anyway. I'm going to lay them in the right nest. Let's pay attention there. Because I think they just went blind off the deck a couple of times. So yeah, they are probably just going to do a bit of digging. As I said, you look at 4 cards each time with that Grebe. It's like this Black Tern, but just way better. So yeah, definitely good wetland opening for them. But who knows? We could maybe find another good wetland bird to add to this. Something to kind of flesh out the grasslands as well, like a tucking bird, something like a barn swallow. Always like to see those kind of birds. So early in the game, we'll see what comes our way. But yeah, I suppose not discarding the egg. I mean, I've talked about this on previous videos as well. It can be a defensible choice because you're already getting extra cards from this Grebe, so maybe the egg here from the Sparrow, you're only getting 1 each time. They must have found something. They must have found something they wanted because they did discard a card, I believe. Oh no, because they already had a worm. Okay, but they have started to get a bit of food that they want. So we are going to discard the card because we don't have the luxury of additional card draw. And we're going to see what we can get. Well, we got Sparrowhawk, which is like the Goshawk, but slightly worse. But it's still not bad. It is still not bad. So I think I'm going to take this Goshawk because I think this is a really good card for them. But it's also a really good card for me. And with the white and no powers end of round, looking at the end one, I mean, even both of these, I might keep both of these. Cerulean Warbler, maybe not going to be the play here. So, reading Common Goldeneye, not too bothered by that. I don't think that's the kind of bird that they're looking for in this scenario. But yeah, we'll see. They clearly found something because they didn't have to dig for long. They had 1 turn drawing cards there, and then went straight for food. So, Bird Sparrow. Okay, well, we might tie this end around goal then. It's looking like we might. Because they've got the same egg laying capacity as us now. I'm thinking they're probably going to spend 1 turn laying eggs, 1 turn drawing cards. And I'm probably going to do the same. So I'd rather lay eggs now in case they draw cards first and reveal something good. Because I don't want to draw cards now and then have to draw cards on that last turn and lose the end of rounds. That would not be ideal. So let's lay eggs and then we can always discard off that Cooper's Hawk. But yeah, we've got bizarrely very similar setups here. We've got one bird in each habitat. We've got a star nest in the wetlands to get some extra card cycle. We've got an egg layer in the grasslands. And we've got some kind of point generator in the forest. I would say their Chipping Sparrow is slightly better than my Cooper's Hawk, given the fact that mine has already missed. And obviously, Chipping Sparrow can't miss. It's always going to get the egg, as long as you've got space. So they might have to manage that a little bit. But yeah, I would be discarding eggs, I think, from here on in to see extra cards. And that's what we're going to do. So, what are we going to see? We're going to see a Franklin Skull. Oh boy, things you love to see. Things you love to see. Early game Franklin Skull. Absolutely top tier card right there. And yeah, what do we get rid of? What do we get rid of? This honey buzzard could be really nice, just supplementing a bit of extra food. But I could easily just play these two. And then I'm into that third column. I can start discarding some extra cards, and I'm going to be getting plenty of extra cards with this gull. So its gull is going to keep, I think these two I keep. Do I go for Goldeneye or Honey Buzzard? I mean, a Goldeneye looks really good for that third end of rounds, and it is going to help for a filled column. I could easily see a scenario in which I fill 2 columns in that next round. So I think we'll get rid of Honey Buzzard. And yeah, I'll need to decide in the next round what my approach is going to be. Do I just take food twice and play the gull? Do I draw cards once more and then get an extra card to discard? I'll need to think about that. Because yeah, I would love to get a second forest bird down, but it would be at the sacrifice. Playing either of these would be at the sacrifice of one of these two. Well, I'm not sacrificing this. Not in a million years am I going to sacrifice a Franklin's Gull under a Northern Goshawk. But Goldeneye would be tempting, but I think I want to keep this. Like I say, good for the end of round. Good egg space on its own, but it is going to give some kind of defense, because maybe they've got to start, as I do here with my own egg laying Grasshopper Sparrow. They've got Bed Sparrow. Good start to their own grasslands point generation. So they have gone for cards, I believe, because I can see egg has gone. We do tie the end of round. So 4 eggs, you wouldn't often see that in the specific nest type at the start like that, but there we go. Into round 2. And nothing immediately jumps out in the tray at me as being amazing. So I'm kind of hoping that they have found something they want to play and they're going to reset this feeder. Because if they re-roll the feeder and there's a fish, I'm just going to take the fish, take another food, play the gull, and then we're away. I think that's how I'm going to try and play this out. It might be tricky to get the Goldeneye down, because if it's 2 turns getting food and play the gull, I'd have to lay eggs, play these birds. Yeah, that might be a challenge. But unless they found a food generator, I think they might struggle to fill up a second column as well. So we might be tying. But in terms of points on the board, I think it's pretty similar. Looking here. Like I say, almost identical setups, but yeah, me being able to play as Franklin Skull, discard an egg, draw 2 cards. I'm getting extra eggs from the Sparrow as well, so it's not even really costing me too much in terms of egg generation. And yeah, that's sorted. That's me sorted for cards. No problems at all. So they have drawn cards. So they've still not found quite what they're looking for. We obviously have. So I think I'm going to take the bit of the gamble now. I'm starting to second my guess myself, because I could easily. I think if I'm not going to play this Goldeneye, I think it'd be better to play Sparrowhawk now and just use that Goldeneye. It hurts, but as I was thinking about that, like I say, it's going to be food, food, gull. I then only have 4 turns left, and I want to play Goldeneye and one of these two. I don't think there's enough turns to get all the food and play all the birds and, you know, lay the eggs to draw the cards to tuck under the Gorsor. I don't think there's time to do all of that. As sad as this. So for tempo reasons, I think playing the Sparrowhawk, because then I can get food once and then get the gold down, and then I'm away. So, oh, how much do I value this Goldeneye? I think it's too expensive. I don't have the food generation. I'd rather just sacrifice it, get that bit of tempo back. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to tuck it. And yeah, we are going to go for food. Like I say, really hoping I can get a fish. Because if I can get a fish, play the gold, lay eggs, start digging, get good cards, play them, get bad cards, well, that's Goshawk food. So, yeah, this is a decent start. I mean, I say decent. We've got Franklin's Gull in the back pocket, so things are going to go our way. Well, what is not going to go our way is the bird feeder. Very annoying, leaving it in such a way. Thank you, Ballet Mage, for that. But they might have found something they want. So I'm just going to take these 2 foods. The Hawk's going to miss again. Please don't do this to me, Hawk. But yeah, we are at least going to be able to take food again and pray for a fish. If we don't get one, well, we'll just force down the goal. We'll just force it down. But yeah, priority has to be to get this down and just start laying eggs and see what we find. Dig for more vanilla type tucking birds like this. Click on food again. Okay. We're going to go food. There we go. There's our fish. Let's take a seed. Let's take a seed. And come on, Hawk. Wow. It's just rude. It's plain rude. See, a Hawk not being my friend. I had a game, it's a while ago. I think it was against Tuck and Cash, where I had the Cooper's Hawk, and I think it missed like 7 times in a row. And one of the end around goals was tucked, or was it birds with tucked cards? So yeah, that was a struggle. Red crossbow, excellent. That's what you like to see when you're about to play Franklin's Goal. Free foods, yes please. And in that case, I will use the seed because I'm assuming they are going to start throwing some seeds. They might be a bit hesitant because they don't want to give food to a goal player, but yeah, we're going to get it down anyway. And yeah, make them make the difficult decision of, do I decide to activate this power and give away some extra seeds, or do I be stingy to not give them away? But we'll see. We'll see. They have given it. They have given it. Thank you very much. I don't mind that. Now let's lay eggs. Let's do what the gull does best and lay eggs. Will it? Could play that just for the end of round. Strangest things have happened. Bobolink probably not too bothered about that. But yeah, have they? I suppose they might have time. I might leave it until the last turn because I'm going second. And that is a notable advantage of going second in a round, is you can just wait until the last turn and decide, okay, do I play something for the end of round goal or do I just ignore it? So yeah, blue throat as well. Keep giving me food, Ballet Mage. I don't mind it. I will take it. We're going to lay eggs again. Tree Sparrow, probably not super useful, but maybe not bad for that. Next end of round goal, Eastern Phoebe, definitely useful. Definitely useful. So that is going to give us a decision to make. Do we play potentially this Willet? I mean, what could they have? I suppose a fish and a rodent. They might have something. If not, they've laid eggs and they've given a worm. So this Willet is effectively now 6 points. It's a 4-point bird, -1. Egg is 3. But we know going from tied to winning an end of round goal is another 3 points in 2-player games. So 6 points for 1 food, and I still have the extra worm for the Phoebe, and it gives a bit of egg space that I do kind of need. So let's do it. I can play the Phoebe next turn. I don't mind that at all. So here we go. We win the end of round. Very nice. 2 filled columns as planned. And nothing super duper amazing in the tray. Course Nut Hatch is kind of interesting. How many are they looking at for cavity spaces? Not a lot. Not a lot. So I think we play Phoebe here. That's going to set us up really nicely for this end of round goal, as well as some extra food generation. And yeah, I think if that nut hatch is there, I think if it's there, I'll take it. Because I'm expecting some seeds, maybe the cross builder gets used, maybe the blue throat. But even if not, I can just force it down with some of these worms that I'm getting from the Phoebe. I don't mind chucking a bit of food to them. I've got better card access through the gull than they do in their wetlands, so it's good. It's all coming together very smoothly, very nicely. It's Power of Franklin's goal. Sometimes it doesn't work, but I think more often than not, you can definitely expect play it as early as you can in the game. Obviously, house rules in this tournament mean it can only be played from round 2 onwards, but yeah, get it down as soon as possible. Start laying eggs, use the power, draw extra cards, and you're away. Wow, White Stork. Okay, this game gets interesting. This game gets very interesting now, because that is a very, very powerful bird indeed. So, how are they looking in terms of points? Because we could be pretty close here already, and going forward, definitely going to be close to us. So, 10 there, 21, 28, 35 with the eggs, 39 points plus a bonus card, and we're on 37. So, more points because they don't have to discard the egg for this White Stork, but they don't get as many cards, so it's a balancing act. We, I think, look stronger for all the end of rounds, so that could be very important. But I think we will take Skorska Nut Hatch, Chiff Chaff. Maybe not the game for you. Ooh, Cowbird. Well, do they want that? Not sure they have the egg space for Cowbirds, but I definitely could. I think I could make use of Cowbirds. So that'll be an interesting decision to make. But we'll see. We'll see how that one plays out. But yeah, we're easily going to hit this Zoologist, so no bonus card points now, but 6 guaranteed at the end is, yeah, things you like to see. And Nuthatch might give us something good. It's a bit of a gamble, these EE bonus card birds, where you just draw 1. So yeah, you gotta calculate, you gotta think, is it worth playing? Think here, both end around goals, and it will give me a bit of food back. And yeah, food is precious in this scenario. I think we're gonna go for it. So reset the tray pretty naturally. Now, Carrion Crow. Carrion Crow could be pretty good for us here, I think. We've already got 2 predators down, and we might play this Goshawk as well this round. So that would be guaranteed 3 cached rodents per round for 2 rounds. So it's a 9-point bird. I think that's pretty good. So I think I'm going to take that. That's what we're going to do. We'll make sure we leave eggs on the cavity spaces. I think we are probably set in that respect. There we go. Carrion Crow eats the food that we're gaining pretty nicely. Scissortail Flycatcher, that would have been nice to grab. That would definitely been nice to grab. They're probably going to remove that, I think, using their White Stock. But yeah, this could be powerful for them. It does depend a lot on what they can find, because they prioritize egg space here, I think. You need high egg space birds. Barn Swallow, very good in this scenario, tucking so they can pick up stuff in the tray. Okay. So yeah, now that's a 6-point engine for them. Mine's only 3. So we are potentially up against it a bit in that respect. Do I take the Flycatcher? I'm kind of tempted to, because I think if I don't, they could easily nab it with the Swallow, get a cherry, pick any food you want with this Blue Throat, and play it, and that's big points. So I want to avoid that. So let's take it. We'll go from the deck first. Nuthatch not really bothered by. But yeah, we do still have Just have 2 turns left here, and I think it's going to be Carrion Crow and it's going to be Goshawk. And then last round is going to be interesting. What do I choose to play? Probably Nuthatch, or maybe Nuthatch. Probably this Flycatcher just for big points, but otherwise it might just be Egg Spam. And we might have to manage some egg space though. This game's not over. This game is not over. Ballet Mage has got a really strong setup here. Surely that Great Crested Grebe has done some of the work for this White Stork and Barn Swallow. They're going to be picking up the slack here and just getting tuck cards from that Barn Swallow, score points, cycle through, pick up Tray Birds. That's a really strong combo with the White Stork. Oh, and then just that Blue Throat getting food as well. They're in a good position. So I'm definitely feeling a little bit intimidated here, for sure. But yeah, I've got some good options. Definitely, yeah, like I say, Carrion Crow's a good one. Goshawk as well this round. That's going to be a lot of points. And then yeah, it's whether I take the Nuthatch gamble. It's whether I keep drawing with this Franklin Skull, because I do already have a lot of cards in hand. And then maybe I play this Flycatch as well. Using the Nuthatch to grab a cherry could be a good play to play this Flycatcher. So we'll see. So much of it's going to depend what Ballet Mage does, what their kind of endgame is. Red Knot, wow, that is very nice. I did wonder when they had the 3 worms if that was going to be coming into play. But let's play Carrion Crow. I think we'll use 2 worms, because worms, we have lots of access to worms, so that's fine. So we'll play that. And yeah, we'll play Goshawk next. So that's going to be 7 points minus an egg is 6 points. But then we get 3 at this end of round and 3 next end of round with this Carrion Crow. Oh, do you know what? I've been forgetting about this Cooper's Hawk this whole time. So actually, Carrion Crow is going to be even better than I thought. Easy to forget a bird when it's been letting you down every time you've used it, but there you go, Cooper's Hawk. You're not completely useless this game. You are going to get at least 2 points through this Carrion Crow, so that's not bad at all. That's now an 11-point Carrion Crow. That's going to be good. That is going to be good. So yeah, happy to have picked that up. But yeah, that Red Knot, again, like the Nuthatch that I've got, it's one of the EE bonus card. Birds draw a new bonus card, but this one gets to draw birds, which I think in their setup is definitely nice. Okay, Mockingbird says Phoebe. Man, says Phoebe would be absolutely killer for me. And it would be pretty good for them. Well, I suppose egg space might be a problem from them. It's whether the Mockingbird feels too late, I think. I think Mockingbird's too late, if I'm being completely honest. So it's a question of do I lay eggs and cost myself the extra point that I would get from playing Goshawk now? Because that Phoebe is going to be 5 points minus 2 eggs is 3. Phoebe is an egg, so it's 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, it's 1 point more than Flycatcher, but it makes egg space problems worse. I'm not sold on it. I'm not massively sold on it, so I will go with plan A. And I have got this Bobolink, I suppose, and actually, yeah, I've got more ground nests even. I've got more ground nests, so that might be Bobolink or Flycatcher is going to be the decision, I think. But yeah, we'll get rid of Tree Sparrow. I'm not going to use you. We'll clear off. It's not going to matter. I think we're okay for this end of round. Even if they played, yeah, no, they can't play anything, so we're good. We're good. So yeah, points are strong. Like I say, it's going to be 4 from that Carrion Crow now this round. And then end of round points as well, which is strong. Man, I kind of need one final play. One final play. Okay, they did take Sace Phoebe. I did wonder. But I do think egg space is going to be a bit of a problem for them, so I'd be curious if they've already got some other stuff to play. that works around that. I might regret leaving them that saves Phoebe, but I don't know. I don't think it was worth the points cost for me to do that. So here we go, four rodents carrying crow. Thank you very much. Very tasty. And yeah, we are winning these end of rounds, and I think we're going to win this last one as well. They will play the Seas Phoebe for another one. Depends what else they've got. But look, already running out of egg space, and they've only got 2 food, so they're going to need to get a move on and start playing some of these birds, because otherwise, I think they could easily get caught in a trap here of not having enough egg space to be able to do what they want to do. Because yeah, it's a strong point scoring engine, but like I said, egg space is at a premium. Definitely at a premium here. So we'll see what they do, but then we're going to have some decisions to make. Like I say, nuthatch might be useful for the end of round. Bobolink might also be useful for the end of round, but fills up my own egg space, which yeah, is tricky to kind of know if that's worth it or not. We'll see. We'll see how it plays out. Not seen many instances of that stalk revealing good stuff for me. That can happen sometimes, where you reset the tray and then you pick up a bird and then it gets replaced by a better one. And then obviously me with this Franklin Skull, I can just go and hoover that up. So that can happen sometimes. Not really seen that. Not really seen that this game. So Benelli would be nice, obviously. Eastern Imperial before I play Grassland Birds would be nice as well. But yeah, we'll see what plays out here. So they've gone food, and they've given me a seed. So they do have some birds they want to play, but that was not a great turn for them, having to take food. How do we play this? Do we play nuthatch? Do we play flycatcher? Do we go forest? Chiff-chaff, get food, play house sparrow. That feels a little bit more out there to me. Do I just lay eggs again and use the gold one last time and just see what we're going to get? I think I'm going to play this nuthatch. I think I've got a lot of birds down. I mean, imagine I draw falconer or rodentologist. I'm going to be laughing. So let's do that. Hopefully I am going to be laughing and hopefully not crying with sadness. So what are we going to get? Ecologist, I will take that. I will take that every day of the week. Thank you very much. Yeah, let's take a seed, because we might still use this bobolink. But yeah, that bonus card pickup, Ecologist, makes very interesting decisions for, you know, do I keep digging with this gull and look for another wetland bird, because that would get an extra 2 points. Decisions are going to be made here. Very interested what they've got with this food. We know it's not flycatcher, because I've got it. We know it's not the wild turkey, because I think my hawk tried to eat that earlier, rather foolishly. So we'll see. I'm assuming worms are going to be for the Phoebe, the Says Phoebe. I think this game's on a knife edge, if I'm honest. I think this is going to be really close. So that does worry me a bit. Is Chiff-chaff worth playing if I use Bobolink and get a free egg? Because then it's 5 points and egg space. These are the kind of questions you ask yourself. And it could definitely be the case. We'll do some sums. After this turn, before my next one. I think Ballet Mage is also doing some sums, considering a little bit of a thinky turn, but thinky turns are allowed, I think. Start at round 5, round 4, you know what I mean. I'm glad there's not a round 5, because I think if this game went on a lot longer, I might struggle to keep going with the point scoring. But yeah, first couple of turns, this is where maybe they didn't get the food they wanted. From the bird feeder, but we'll see. We'll see indeed. this plays out. But yeah, let's just kind of quickly reassess again. How many points are they on? 20, 31, 38, 57, 64, plus 2 bonus cards. So 2 bonus cards could definitely be 8 points to bridge the gap. So we could definitely be neck and neck here. And I know they've got some good point bombs. I've just got to make sure my own point bombs are better. So yeah, Bobolink, how many eggs would that be? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That'd be 6. So it'd be an 8-point play after egg cost. And potentially, yeah, if I do play this Chiff Chaff, get another one. And then I could always lay eggs a few times. And I think playing this Chiff Chaff would mean I don't run out of egg space. So I could still have 2 turns laying eggs. I think I can lay 5 eggs each time. Because I'll be able to discard, get a Phoebe worm, or maybe maybe they'll give me a blue throat or crossbill foods before that next turn comes in. So I'm very sorry, Ballet Mage. I mean no disrespect, but I'm just going to check. We're not timer bugged. Like I said, thinky turns, that's fine. 1 thinky turn in round 5, use your thinky card. I'll allow it. All it means is that I have to waffle on a little bit longer in this video and try and think of stuff to say and hypothesize about what I'm going to do and what my opponent is going to do as well. So yeah, I'm honestly not sure what they could have for that food. Maybe it's a wetland play. I'm trying to think what other white and no power birds they could have. Here we go, we're back. Baltimore Oriole, okay, it's not a white no power bird, but they did have to overpay, so I think they were looking for extra cherries there. And they didn't quite get that, but that is a big play. Star Nest as well might be helping that bonus card. So yeah, that's definitely a scary prospect to be looking at. Now. If I play Bobolink, I said that was going to get me 6 eggs. It costs me 2 eggs to play, and it gives me 3 more spaces, so I'm going to be net 1 more egg than I currently am. So I have 11 spaces left. I can't lay eggs 3 times, as much as I'd love to. So, I think it's better to play the Chiff Chaff here, as weird as it seems. So I think I can go Chiff Chaff, Bobolink, and then 2 lots of eggs. It's going to be 5. Well, let's do this properly. It's going to be 4 for the Chiff Chaff, but then Bobolink is going to be 9, because I get that extra egg. So that's 4 and 9 is 13. 2 lots of 6, 25. I win the end of round goal. I get over 100 points. I think that's the play. I don't think gambling on the gull here and seeing what else I could get, I don't think that's going to be better. So let us play Chiff Chaff, as odd as it's going to look. And yeah, we'll just make sure we clear off the ground nest spaces. But I think if I've done my sums right, I think we're going to be looking good here. So yeah, we are going to be 4 white no power birds. I think even if they had, I suppose maybe if they had a double forest bird or something into that Baltimore Oriole, and then played the Stace Phoebe, that we could have been in trouble. But I think we're going to be okay in that respect. And I think if we do win this game, I think these end of round goals have been a key part in that, because being able to play that Willet when we did in round 2 to win that end of round goal. Quite fortunate, I would say, to pick up the Phoebe with all that star nest space, but that helped. And then I did plan ahead. I think for some of those white and no power birds, definitely the Sparrowhawk and the Goshawk, I knew I wanted to keep hold of those. And yeah, just being able to control the end of round goals, but doing it in such a way that is still beneficial to your own play, and not going out of your own way to like play suboptimal birds. Like, you could argue the Willet was slightly suboptimal, but obviously with that Carrion Crow coming into play, it's definitely worked out for the best. So they did pick up a bird. I can't remember for the life of me what bird it was in the tray, but I don't remember it being anything amazing. Well, we've got a European Goldfinch, so that would have been nice earlier with the Barn Swallow Tucks. I'm not going to worry about it now. I'm going to play my Bobolink. And yeah, we're good. Lots of eggs coming our way here from this Bobolink. 7 in total. Very nice. And we do have the foods, because I think they just use their blue threat to give a worm. So we can lay eggs twice. Not a problem. Discard the food. Get 5 eggs. Grasshopper Sparrow gives us 6. And yeah, we're going to have just enough egg space here. And yeah, over 100, I think. I think we might get 110 here because it's Carrion Crow as well. It's going to come in with some caches. So this could be a strong game. This could be a strong score. And I think Balamage, unless they have some real killer bonus cards, I think the egg space here is what's caught up with them, if I'm being completely honest. The Says Phoebe is that kind of final crescendo play for them, but they've not got the egg space to play that. And just, yeah, the food. Maybe for that Oriole, if they got the extra cherry, maybe things would have been different. But yeah, just the huge egg generation, I think, from this Grasslands. Sadly, you know, if you lay eggs one turn, play a bird the next, lay eggs, play a bird, you know, you can only alternate doing that for so long because you are going to run out of space. So rough, kind of late, but it is 3 points, I suppose. The tuck cards, they're not going to be short on those. Maybe they got bird counter, maybe they got omnivore. We know they don't have ecologist, but maybe they got something for a bonus card for that. So I'm not gonna question that call. I think that is going to make sense for them. But us, we just lay eggs. We make sure we don't miss this zoologist because that would be a bit silly. At this point, we're going to skip both these flowers because I don't need them. I want the eggs, and I don't need to give away food to my opponent. There we go. 6 points and 6 points. Things you love to see. Strong bonus card scores indeed. It's going to be up there. So yeah, one last turn for Balamage. I think it's just lay eggs. They do only get 3, and then obviously the Swallow Tuck. Yeah. A little part of me was sweating that it was Benelli, but I think Benelli would have gone down before Rough, if that was the case. And then maybe you lay eggs. So we're good. The damage is minimal, and I don't have to regret leaving that safety because they couldn't even... they couldn't make the most of it at the end. So here we go. Lay eggs, skip again, and we'll get the egg off the Sparrow, which is nice. It's going to go to them, they'll do their Rough Tucks, and then it's going to come to us, and we'll do our Carrion Crow caches for a little bit of alliteration. So yeah, strong Carrion Crow. Glad I made that work, even just for 2 rounds. 8 caches, I think, is a pretty good result there. So very, very nice. We win the end of round, and we go into the final score. So I do think I've won this one. I think Balamage is going to need some real killer bonus cards. I think it's going to be, yeah, slightly for them in birds, but bonus cards, yeah, no luck for them, sadly, there. So end of round goals, of course. We're looking strong there, so we're going to pull a lead. Eggs, I think we're pretty close, if I'm honest. I think we both have about the same. Yeah, 1 more for me. Obviously, the Carrion Crow with those caches, very nice. A few tuck cards for them, but not enough in the end, and is a win there. 111 up against 93, so I'm happy with that. Definitely luck on my end. I'm not going to try and hide that. Franklin's Goal, Easter Phoebe, Carrion Crow, particularly fortunate pickups. But you know what? I think they had some good fortune as well. Blue Throat, White Stork, Barn Swallow. Those are the birds you want to be seeing as well. And Oriole for a big point play. Oh yeah, well, they were close. They were close because those are 2 really good bonus cards that ordinarily pair very well together, but not to be this time. Of course, we had some good bonus cards that helped us over the line. So there we go. As I said, best of 3. So this is just game 1. It's not over yet. We have another game at least to see. And yeah, if we lose that one, it's going to be deciding game 3. So thanks everyone for watching. Hopefully you did enjoy that. Do subscribe if you aren't already, and you can stay up to date with future parts in this tournament, as well as all the other gameplay and strategy stuff. But yeah, for now, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.